Why do I look like that? Why do I look like I know something and you don't? That's because I do know something that you don't. I'm about to drop the best habit for IT folks to start implementing that just breeds success. Clarity destroys stress and just gets you feeling good. What is this mysterious habit that I am withholding from you? Well, let's see if you can guess it. It gives you the option to be detached. You can do it while on the computer, but it's most often done away. For best results, you do it outside. It allows you to explore, and I've never met anyone that has done this and immediately has been like, oh, that was the worst thing ever. I'm talking about walking. You heard me. Walking outside. Or with a walking pad, you fucking loser. Go outside. Why do I think this is such an important hobby for IT folks? Well, I have a bunch of reasons for it, and you are probably interested in those, right? That's why you clicked the video. So we'll get into them. My number one reason for that is going to be saved for the end. But one of the reasons is because it allows you to decompress. If you go walking outside with no headphones, you don't go on your device, since IT jobs are generally pretty stressful and you're going to be dealing with bullshit on a day-to-day basis, walking around outside, just breathing in the air, looking at the scenery around you, however good or shit it may be, sort of grounds you, allows you to take a second just to breathe and remember that you're a person and that life exists outside of the hellhole dungeon that is IT. Number two, after particularly nasty end user calls, or I guess support calls in general, vendor meetings, anything where you have to interact with someone that kind of sucks balls at your job, you can go out on a walk and just say hi to random people that are also on walks. And because walks are so good for your mental health, everyone's just going to seem nice. And it's going to be instant, like, reminder that not all people suck donkey balls like that fucker in HR that can't figure out how to share an Excel document. Next up is one of the more important ones, why I think most IT people should start walking if they don't already. You might not want to hear this, but there is a stereotype that IT people are like fat dorks. And how do you become a fat dork? Sitting on the computer all day, not moving your body, not taking care of yourself. And the easiest way to start taking care of yourself and moving your body is walking. Most anyone can do it if you're not like an insane weight, like medical intervention needed weight, you can start walking. Even at that point, you can probably start walking. And you'd be surprised at how well it will work for you. Like if you do nothing and then just like start walking an extra couple miles a day and you're already pretty big, it's highly likely that within a couple months, you'll be down a considerable amount of weight just by doing that. It works so well for weight loss too because it gets you in a habit of doing something that feels good for your body and gets it moving. And then eventually you're going to get bored on these walks and you'll want to do something that causes a bit more resistance. And you'll probably start picking up things like the gym and eating better and like stretching. It's one of those habits that compounds easily is what I'm trying to say. And the price of admission is literally free and great for your body. So if you're not doing it already, get to it, Buster. One of my favorite reasons for walking being great is that if you live in an area near like national parks or state parks or any place that you haven't really seen yet, walking is just a cheat code for exploration. Trust me, I get it. I used to be the person in the computer dungeon all day that hated outside, but then something eventually clicked for me and I was like, holy shit, outside, cool. Holy crap, park? Very nice. I don't know. You just got to try it. I feel like I never really gave it a chance growing up. And once I finally did and sort of pushed myself to get out of the dungeon and just try out some shit, God damn it, I wish I would have done it sooner. Like, go look at a waterfall and tell me that shit's not sick. Like, if you spam walking as much as I do, it's likely that you get bored of your like typical routes a lot. And so being at a place where you can go access new routes all the time is big nice. And that's how I got exploring like national parks, the cities, whatever. So you might want to save it actually for when like, I really don't want to walk today, but this national park sounds really cool. So then that is the push you get to go explore the park and walk. Then you got it, brother. I could keep going on and on about why I love walking. I think I'll keep going, actually. Don't worry, I'm still saving the last reason. This sort of piggybacks off of the exercise reason, like the compounding effect I briefly spoke on. But I honestly do think it's sort of a catalyst for change, especially if you do nothing of the sort already. It's something that is so easy to do. It's something that you can make harder very easily. And it's something that doesn't tax your body. And if you can spam it every day, it'll teach you how to be consistent with something that is boring. Like, yes, you can put in earbuds and listen to podcasts and stuff while you go on a walk. There's nothing bad about that, inherently speaking. But to get the most out of it, I really do think you should be unplugged for it. Which is a beautiful segue into my next point, which is it's amazing for just thinking in general. Like creative thought, sorting through bullshit, analyzing your life, your friends, your family, whatever. In my opinion, when you go on a nice walk, we'll call it a hot boy walk, you're looking at stuff, you're thinking about stuff, and it's like you're in your own little world for however long you decide to. Which brings us to our final point, which is the one I want to drive home for the IT folks. It's that it allows you to disconnect completely from your job and, most importantly, technology. You're outside and in nature. You don't have to think about the fucking Teams call, KPIs, APIs, Jira, ServiceNow, Kubernetes, fucking whatever bullshit you have to do every day. You can go outside and allow yourself to just forget. So strategically speaking, if I was someone, I guess I am someone, but I have a better schedule than most of you folks. So if I was working on a normal 9-to-5 schedule, this is how I would approach walking as an IT professional to make my life better. I love a daily morning walk, but for a lot of you, that's probably not feasible. So what I would do, if you work at an office or even remotely, or I guess I'll give you different examples for where you are. If you work in an office, this is what I think you should do. Wake up, do all your work, whatever. When it's your lunch break, split half of it up for a walk and half of it up for eating lunch. And then once you get off the clock, drive home. Before you do anything else, take like a quick 20-30 minute decompression walk, come back, and that's your exercise for the day. And you're probably going to transition into chill mode and like taking care of business mode at your house way easier if you do it with a walk. If you're remote, you obviously have a lot more to play with. I think an early morning quick walk is great for your mental health. I would honestly try to spam a walk after like a really hard meeting or a really deep session of deep work, especially over lunch. Like I would use your whole lunch break to walk because like you can just make food whenever, realistically. That's what I did. And then obviously a nice time to do it is between, you know, logging off for the day and starting off like night routine, like I mentioned for the remote workers or the office workers. Well, it looks like I forgot to make sure my mic was plugged in that whole video. So I have to re-record this part. So what I was going to say is that once you start implementing these walks in your day-to-day life, I think you'll notice that over time, you'll become more consistent with more things. Stress levels in general will go down. And I believe you'll find that things will become easier to do in general. It's like a night and day difference, man. You just have to be pretty consistent with it. And I think that once you do, you'll get all these new unlocks. It's like a video game, like a quest. And the reward that you get from the quest is less stress, a healthier body and mind, and a general overall better well-being. So yeah, if you don't do it already, I really urge you to give it a shot. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about it, and that's because it changed my life, or I guess was the gateway drug into changing my life. And I think if more people started implementing it themselves, they would realize that they do, in fact, have the power to change their own lives. Don't be the stereotype IT fat fuck. In this day and age, the IT people are going to be the most fit, most smart, and most paid. That's what I want for us. But you can't do that in a vessel that is not operating at a hundo. So to operate at a hundo, start walking. That's really all I got for you. I could keep going, honestly, but I think you've heard me rave about walking enough. But if you made it this far, please let me tell you about myself. I'm Alex Castro. I make IT content designed to get you better at your job. I've been trying to branch out into more of like a self-improvement type of thing as well. Let me know how you like it. About me, I post daily on TikTok and Instagram as well. I just started a school community called IT Ascension for anyone that wants to level up their IT career. I offer coaching for both stuck IT folk and for teams that may need help communicating. I have a couple paid guides for you to learn from, and that's about it. On TikTok and Instagram, I have a bunch of stuff that covers a bunch of IT advice. So if you're feeling stuck or if you need some more tips, please check those out. And I want to thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Change your fucking underwear. You stink because you're not walking. If you were walking every day, your ass wouldn't stink that bad. How do I know? I used to be that guy. Then I would go outside and walk and get sweaty and be like, oh, I feel gross. Time to shower. And guess what happens after you shower, guys? Your ass don't stink no more. Yeah, so if you don't want your ass to stink anymore and you want to get hotter, there's only one thing to do, guys, especially if you're in IT. And that, my friends, is becoming the walker. Okay, bye. Thanks again.